Welcome to the 2014 Malta Open, live from the Eden Super Bowl in St George's Bay on the beautiful island of Malta. So, after a grueling qualifying, we now have final stage 1. 4 games, crossing 1 pair after each lane, and your players are Alejandro Reina from Costa Rica, Justin Cicluna from Malta, Damir Branazak from Croatia, Josephine Linderoth from Sweden, Marco Landman and Sven Stedman from the Netherlands, Vijay Manico from Switzerland, Chris van Dam from Belgium, Barry Foley from Ireland, Jonas Jorgen from Sweden, Mauro Anastasi from Malta, Yannis Tathatos from Greece, Kenneth Harper from Malta, Ellen Janssen from the Netherlands, Jason Agate from England, and Fred Pott from the Netherlands. Good morning to everybody on the chat. Welcome back to Ece Femkis, Miranda Bosch, Anton Hagratz, and welcome to Bernard Bowling out there in Germany. Bernard says, good luck to everybody. On the right side, the one and only Chris van Dam. Maybe we'll play Munich in July, together with Hall of Famer Brian Voss. So 4 games, bowled at singles pace. It's going to finish pretty quickly. Croatian Damir Branazak opens up with a double. Josephine Linderoth with a strike spare. Sven Stedman with an open frame, 7-2 and a 9 spare. Marco Landman with a 8 spare and single pin. He's just going down to spare. Vijay Manico with a spare strike. Chris van Dam with a split spare, 9 spare. Barry Foley started well, 9 spare double. And Jonas Stedman. Jonas Jorgen with a double 9 spare. So after 12 games qualifying, we found our top 21, and then 3 players made it through from the Desperado last night. So final stage 1, 16 bowlers in qualifying positions 9 to 24. We'll play 4 games from scratch, and the top 8 will go through to final stage 2. And the non-qualifiers from this stage will be ranked 17 to 24th accordingly. And then the final stage 2, 12 bowlers, qualifying positions 5 to 8, plus 8 from final stage 1. We'll play 4 games from scratch, and the top 6 will go through to final stage 3. And final stage 3, 10 bowlers. The top 4 from qualifying and the 6 from the previous round will play a 9-game round robin. 20 points for a win, 10 for a tie, 5 points for games between 200 and 250, and 10 points for games over 251 and over. And the top 4 at the end of that will go through to final stage 4, which is the step ladder. Shaky start for Chris van Dam. Split spare, 9 spare, split 6-2 and a strike. Barry Foley flying. Spare 4-bagger. Alejandro Reina, the Costa Rican. Spare strike, split open strike. And Justin Scicluna from Malta. Strike, a couple of spares and a strike. Looking a bit further down that way. Can't quite see the scores from here yet. Looks like Yanis Stefatos has shot a double, spare double. And Mauro Anastasi has fired the front 5. No, front 6. Probably a surprise this year that just 3 Maltese made it through. There's usually a lot more Maltese, but it was a tough cut. Only the top 21 were going through from qualifying, and it was a strong field. Barry Foley creaming it at the moment. That's another one for 5 in a row, so that's 9 spare, 5 in a row. And thanks to everybody that's joined us again this morning on this beautiful day. Proper exciting today. There's some, we're going to see some good bowling. The Croatian on a 276 pace, double 6 spare, double, Damir Ranazak. Can't quite see at the moment how Jason the Gate is doing down on 19 and 20, but I'll try and run it up and down the lanes towards the end of the game and keep the scores flowing. It looks like Mauro Anastasi and Barry Foley are making the early running. Yanis Stefatos stringing the strikes as well. A couple of 279 paces, a 300 pace and 290 pace, or as Marco would say, a 290 schedule. If you've missed any of the action so far, if you get yourself off to talktempin.net, you'll see the reports, photographs. That reminds me, I've got to put the results up yet. They weren't up last night when I left. I posted a video this morning. It's linked on Facebook to the official Malta Open Facebook page and also Talk Tempin. The second highlights video. So Foley's runner strikes ends in frame 8 with a 10 pin. Barry just stepping up now to knock it into the pit. Gonna have to run down to the other lanes because there's some big scores coming in on 15 to 20. So closing in on the end of this first game. It's going to be a brisk pace, all bowling at singles pace as you can see. The featured pairs, Sven Stedman, from the Netherlands, Marco Landman, Netherlands, Chris van Dam from Belgium, and Bijumanico from Switzerland at the moment. Bear with me a minute, I'm going to run down to 15 to 20 and just see if there's any big scores coming in. A 192 for Jason the Gate in that first game. 220 plus for Yanis Stefatos. Maura Anastasi with a 256, I think. Barry Foley, 9 spare in the 10th. He's going to have a high game, is Barry. Justin Shikluna stringing the strikes in frames 5 through 9. Looking like the top 4 are all going to be around about 240 average. As well as the players on the lane, some of the players are at the back drinking already. 9 o'clock in the morning and they're sat there with a pint. Just a frame away so from getting some scores. Looks like 15 to 20, set off a little bit faster than the rest of the house. So we've still got a frame to go. Lanes 5 through 12. Thanks for joining us again this morning. While we're waiting for some scores, we can run through some of the qualifying. So the winner of qualifying after the 12 game total on a 2:48 average, Shahar Efrati, 20-year-old from Israel. In second place, Patrick Meeker from the Netherlands. Jord van Weeren and Ramon Hilfering from the Netherlands, making up the top 4 that have made it through to final step 3. And then comes Frank Selvag, Bjorn Rutschagen, Carlos Lee, Ron Berlov, Alejandro Reina, Justin Shikluna, Damir Branazak, Josephine Linderoth, Marco Landman, Sven Stedman, Bijou Manico, Chris Van Dam, Barry Foley, Jonas Jorgen, Mauro Anastasi, Yanis Tathatos and Kenneth Harper all made it through qualifying. And then the 3 Desperado, Ellen Janssen, Jason Agate and Fred Pop. .213 for Damir Branazak. .205 and .213 with ladies bonus for Josephine. So we've just got 9 and 10 to finish up, and we'll have a list of scores for you. Bit of a loose shot from Sven at the end there, 2-11. And Marco Landman's had a bit of a nightmare first game, so he's got it all to do in his next 3. There's not much time to have a bad game in 4 games. Marco picks up his spare, and he's going to finish with a 181 if he strikes. So it's not disaster yet. But Marco, you can see it going through his mind now. I'm going to have to shoot 250s. And Marco does get the strike, so 181 for Marco. Chris Van Dam opens up with a strike in this second game. Mauro Anastasi also with a strike. Fred Pop opens up with a strike. Keep your comments and chat coming in. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. Anyone that's just joined us, the 2014 Malta Open. Posting links on Facebook to let people know we're now live. It is quite early in the morning, certainly in the UK. But big shout out to anyone that's watching Jason Agate this morning. Jason out of view, and will come on the stream at some point. So we've got some scores, thanks Neil. Mauro Anastasi from Malta with a 266 first game. In second place from Ireland, Barry Foley, 247. And then Yanis Tathatos with 225 from Greece. Kenneth Harper in fourth with a 220. Fred Pog from the Netherlands with 217. Justin Shikluna in sixth place with 213. Tied with Damir Branazak. Jonas Jorgen from Sweden with 213. Josephine Linderoth from Sweden with 205. Sven Stedman, 205 and 213 with the ladies bonus. Sven Stedman from the Netherlands, 211. Chris Van Dam, Belgium, 210. Bijou Manico, 194. Ellen Janssen, 191. and 199 with ladies bonus. Jason Agate 192, Alejandro Reina 187, and Marco Landman in 16th and last at the moment with 181. Josephine opens up with a double in this second game. Josephine, Bijou Manico, Barry Foley and Sven Stedman, your featured pairs. Maura Anastasi is set off like a train again with the front four, as has Chris Van Dam. Barry Foley with the front two. Sven Stedman with a spare strike. Foley makes it a turkey. Apologies if I mention more the people in front than the people on 15 to 20. From 17, 18, 19 and 20, it's very difficult to see the scores from where we're sat. Maura Anastasi, runner strikes ends with a 7 spare in frame 5. But Chris Van Dam's kept going, he's on 5 in a row, front 5. Fred Pot from the Netherlands, strike spare double. He could well be looking at a big 900 to make it through. 4 games, and the top 8 will advance, and 8 players will sadly leave us. Nature of the game though, there has to be winners and losers, and at the end of the day there'll be one winner. Chris Van Dam front 6, up on 14, and leaves the 10 pin. And one of the Ustreamers, how many Dutch people? There's four Dutch in this final step 1. As you all know, 3 out of the top 4 after qualifying were Dutch. Ramon Hilfering, Jörg van Weeren and Patrick Mika. If you were a betting man, you would probably say the potential Dutch winner today. Barry Foley on a 279 pace, front 3, 9 spare strike. Justin Scicluna opens up with a spare double. Marco Landman with a spare double. Josephine Linderoth, double, 8 split miss, 9 spare, and Bijou Manico missed a single pin, and then she struck, spared and struck. Van Dam adds a strike after that spare, is on a 279 pace. Oh, Marco's missed a 10 pin. big split there for Josephine Lindroth. And unless she gets going, we could be saying bye-bye to the stylish Swede. The Maltese going okay. Justin Shikluna with a spare turkey on the approach now, looking for 4 in a row. Good boy. That's 4-bagger for Justin. Damir Branizak from Croatia stringing some strikes after an open frame. Frames 4 through 7. And Fred Pott is going for a 280 pace. Strike spare 6-bagger. Oh no, it's not, sorry. It's turkey. And then it's an 8 split 1 and a double. Looked like a strike from where we were. Chris Van Dam's had an open in the 9th, a 6 split 3. 217 in the 9th. Still going to be a good game from Chris. Although he needs it. Barry Foley 139 in the 6th with a strike in the 7th. Justin Shikluna, run of strikes ends with a 10-pin in frame 6. Marco Landman returned with a strike after that single pin miss, the 10-pin. Marco knows he's going to have to go off the sheet. And just comes up light and leaves a 2-8 sleeper, so unless Marco bowls back-to-back 300s or a couple of 279s, you could be seeing Marco leave the tournament. Barry Foley gets a double, puts out a big shout. 226 for Mor Anastasi, 492. So 492 is the number at the moment at the top. Chris Van Dam with a 237, 447. Cannot quite see how Jason Agate's doing down the bottom end. We'll get confirmation when the scores come through in a few moments. So now we're into the finals. You can make your predictions for the champion. Had a good look down the list of players that have made it into these final steps. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you want to win? Who does your heart want? And who does your head say? Be a 234 for Damir Branizak if he strikes. Fred Pott finishes with 230 plus. The lefty Sven Stedman Going steady. 9 spare strike, 9 spare strike. Then a couple more 9 spares and 4 in a row. Barry Foley can strike out for 238. He's already put the first one on the card. So more Anastasia and Barry Foley leading the way. And Sven just can't trip out the 7 pin there. Marco Landman leaves another 10 pin but spares it this time. And we did say Josephine had to start striking, and she has in frames 6 through 9, 4 in a row now. .228 for Sven Stedman. Justin Cicluna, 8 spare, 4 bagger, 9 spare turkey. Oh, and Bijimanico running shots out for a turkey. So just 2 pairs to finish up, and we'll get some scores after the first 2 games. 15 to 20 are just getting on with it. They're not messing about. They've started the next game. So we'll be waiting for a couple of pairs at the very end. Justin Cicluna with another strike for 4 in a row. Making a run at the leadership. And another one for Justin. 269 if he strikes. Josephine's run of strikes ended in the 10th there with a 9 spare. And it's going to be a 207 if she strikes. 215 with ladies bonus. Spare for Marco. And it's going to be a 197 for Marco. So Marco's done. A miracle back-to-back 300s to have any chance to advance now in this tournament. And Justin ends with a strike. So off the sheet for 269, 482. It's going to put him up there with the leaders. Not sure what Alejandro Reina had in that second game. He didn't have a fantastic start. But we're a few months away from scores after the first 2 games. Josephine with 215 and good morning. If you can get to Biji, can you tell her that I'm cheering for her and that I miss her? This is Cheska. Good morning, Cheska. Yes, I will do that for you. Where did Biji go, actually? Is she down this end? Biji. Biji. Cheska Thomas says hello.
Thomas? Cheska.
Cheska, baby. Hello. Jessica! She's not on. She's writing?
She's right, she's not talking, she's right.
Oh, she's writing.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey baby, how are you? Keep fingers crossed for me, please. I'm a little in a hurry. Say hi to everybody. Big kiss.
Gotta love BG, she's cool. So, moments away from scores after the first two. It looks like it's going to be a high cut, top 8. Make it through, and 8 will sadly leave us. Thanks for joining us again, Cheska. So now on your featured pairs, we've got Barry Foley from Ireland, Justin Scicluna from Malta, and Maura Anastasia from Malta, and Josephine Linderoth from Sweden. BG opens up with a strike in the third game. 4.33 over the first two. Okay, my friends, we have. Oh no, we don't have scores. That's he's done the wrong one. We've got scores after one game. Hang on a second. Okay, so now we've got two game scores. So leading with games of 266 and 226, Maura Anastasia from Malta with 492, 246 average. In second place from Ireland, Barry Foley, 247, 237, 484. In third place, Justin Scicluna after that 269, puts him on 482. Yannis Stathatos from Greece after a 246, 471. Fred Potter had a 232 in that second game, 449, puts him in fifth. In sixth, Damir Branazak from Croatia with 447. Chris Van Dam in seventh with 447. And making up the top 8 at the moment, Sven Stedman from the Netherlands with 439. So just outside the cut to go through. Kenneth Harper with 435. Josephine Linderoth with 412. And 428 with ladies bonus. Bijou Manico with 425 with ladies bonus. Ellen Janssen with 404. Jonas Jorgen with 397. Jason Agate with 396. Alejandro Reina with 393. And Marco Landman with 378. Top 8 at the moment, a 219 average, 439, and that's Sven Stedman. But stupid as it seems, Marco in 16th can still make it through with a couple of big games. He really is going to have to go for it. Josephine Linderoth giving it a shot now. She's gone the front 5. Maura Anastasia, the leader at the moment, absolutely flying with 9 spare 4 bagger. Bijumanico with a double 9 spare strike. Lucas. Barry Foley with a double 8 spare strike. Sven Stedman with a double, then an open frame split, 9 spare strike. Kenneth Harper, strike, and then 5 spares in a row. Ellen Janssen opens up with the front 4 and a 9 spare. Marco Landman going for it. Good boy, Marco. Turkey, 7 spare double. So a good 270 from Marco. Could see him jump right into the mix. Good morning from Greece to Johnny 13 Hatza. Kalimera. Barry Foley on a 278 pace, double 8 spare double. Justin Shakluna, strike 9 spare double. Maura Anastasia adds another one for 9 spare 5 in a row. And players down this end beginning to string the strikes a little bit. This is the game where if you're going to make a move, you want to start doing it. Don't leave yourself too much in the last game. More Anastasi, looking more like the national champion we expected. Struggled in qualifying, but did break through yesterday, and you can see the relief on him now. It means a lot to him to perform well on in his home centre, on his home island. And Barry Foley's string of strikes just ends there with a 10 pin. Bijumanico, double 9 spare Turkey. So everybody's going coconuts now. If you just joined us, welcome to the 2014 Malta Open from the Eden Super Bowl, the 23rd Malta Open. My name's Dominic Gall from talk10pin.net. Please like our Facebook page and also Dutch Bowling TV page on Facebook, the Malta Open page on Facebook, and for all your scores, head on over to edensuperbowl.com. More Anastasi with another one at 290 pace. 7 in a row now. Apologies for scores from the top end. Chris Van Dam, Jason Agate, Alejandro Reina and others. Sven Stedman, can't see the scores from where we are. Bijumanico with a double 9 spare Turkey, looking for another one. Shot that a little bit wide, but came back, leave to 7 pin. Marco Landman adds another one for 4 in a row on a 277 pace. Turkey 7 spare 4-bagger. Ellen Janssen, after a bright start of the front 4, has had a open frame in frame 7. Oh, it's fast and frantic here. Can't get all the scores in. More Anastasi with another one. Spare 7 in a row. Strike there for Justin Shakluna. So if you missed the scores 5 minutes ago, Maura Anastasi is leading with 492. Barry Foley with 484. Justin Shakluna with 482. Yanis Tathatos with 471. Fred Pod with 449. Damir Branizak and Chris Van Dam with 447. They're making up the top 8 at the moment. Sven Stedman with 439. Barry Foley catches a double and still going strong. Unfortunate for Marco, he had a spare in the 9th as he was trying to pull back with a 270. Marco couldn't go off the sheet for a 256. And he needs it. Come on, Marco. Stick this first one in, lad. Yeah, oh, yeah. And another 2 from Marco will give him a chance in the final game. Harry Foley just comes up a little bit light after a double, leaves a single pin. Was that a 118.9 for Kenneth Harper? That's not good.
Let me surf on you.
740, I'm being told, by Yanis Tathatos on the cards already, so Yanis must have had a good game there. And big shout out to Team Foley out there in Ireland. One half of Team Foley in Ireland and one half in Malta. Say hello to your folks.
Hi guys. Hi.
How's Daddy doing at the moment?
Dad is doing great. He is on a 196 with a 9 spare going onto the 10th frame. He is currently in 2nd position of the squad. Just waiting for him to finish his game now, and he hopefully will be still up there. He's playing really well and he has great support here.
Perfect. Like Sarah's got a future in live streaming. That was quite good. So moments away from the end of the game and we'll have some scores for you. Bijou Manico looks like she's going to finish with a 237 if she strikes. So Bijou's up there in the mix. Fred Pott looks like he might be done. He was up there in 5th place on 449, but he's going to bowl a 209 if he strikes. 208, so he's going to drop pins and could well be outside the top 8 in that game. Harry Foley with a 225, 709. So short of a disaster, Barry's going to see it through to final step 2. Top 8 from the 16 make it through. Half will be happy, half will be sad. We're just waiting on Justin Cicluna to finish up and then we'll be able to get some scores after 3. And a good game from Justin Cicluna, 259, 741. So I'll be back in a moment with scores after 3 games. So Moran Anastasia continues to lead with 750, 250 average. Justin Scicluna in second with 741. Yannis Stathatos from Greece with 740 in third. Barry Foley in fourth with 709. Vijay Maniko with 670 in fifth. Josephine Linderoff pushes herself into the top 8 with 660 after a 224. Damir Branazak from Croatia with 659 in 7th, and Fred Pott is the number at the moment with 657, drops from 5th to 8th. Sven Stedman just outside with 657 behind Fred. Chris Van Dam 648, tied with Alejandro Reina, who had a 255 in that last game. Jonas Jorgen with 634. Marco Landman pushed himself up to 633. So only 20 odd pins away from the number at the moment. Ellen Janssen with 631, Kenneth Harper with 623, and Jason Agate with 614. So a massive game from Jason, Kenneth, Ellen, or Marco, Jonas. Pushed them into the top 8. I wonder if some of the players know just how tight it is. I think the danger is you get on there thinking, I need 900, and then you don't really see what the number actually is. Rob Hardin there on the chat says, you mean the happy half can go to the bar and have a beer and the unhappy half have to bowl again? You'd have loved it here, Rob. You should come next year. Anytime you see all the English and Irish drinking at 8:30 in the morning. Quite a few of them have not been to bed yet. Chatters and co. Jos Bakker. So Yannis Stathatos flying. Greece. Front 3. Barry Foley. 7 spare, 7 split 2 strike. Vijay Maniko opens up with a double 9 spare. Jason Agate with a strike, a couple of spares and a strike. That's the latest one. And Rob out there on the chat, it's on his calendar already. Good lad. Yeah, you'd absolutely love it here. Love it. Oh, Barry nearly left a big split, but trips it out, leaves a 10 pin. A big shout out to Team Foley out there in Ireland. Daddy's doing well. Not massive in this game though. He's still going to need to hit some spares and a couple of doubles and just consolidate his position. But he's in 4th place with 709. And around about 50 pins above the cut. So he can't really afford a bad game. It's a strong field and players can easily go past you. Barry picks up his spare. Justin Scicluna opens up with the front 3. Josephine Linderoff still going okay. Vijay Maniko on a 279 pace double 9 spare strike. Justin Scicluna opens up with the front 4. And keep your eye on actually on Justin in the white shirt with Malta on the back, because he normally bowls a 300 every other year in this tournament. He's had about 2 or 3 now over the last few years. kind of a bit of a house specialist. And he usually bowls them in the final steps 1 or 2. So if he's going to do it at any time, it's going to be soon. Front 4, I've said that now, and it probably won't. Oh, front 5, didn't jinx it yet. That's a first. Bijimanico with a double, 9 spare double. Yanis Tathatos. Turkey 9 spare 9 at the moment. Fred Pot, a couple of 9 misses and then a Turkey. Fred in 8th at the moment. Those 2 9 misses are not going to help. Barry failing to strike now in the last 3 frames, and he's just hit a split. So Barry's got stuff to do still. I think he'll be safely in, but he doesn't want a really bad game. He can't afford a 150 at this stage. What's the final score for Sven? Unfortunately, Sven's down the bottom end, so we can't see him yet. Oh, hang on, he looks like he's on about 110, 120 in the 5th, 4th. Not 4th, 5th or 6th. It's very hard to see the scoring, it's quite small, and I should have gone to Specsavers. But Sven was just outside the cut, just 7 pins behind Fred. But it looks like he's ahead of Fred now. But it depends on the other players around. Front 6 for Justin Cicluna. Cicluna again, front 7. And Justin already in 2nd place. So he's not having to chase. He can sit back and enjoy it now. He's in the next round. The Barry Foley, after that open frame split, comes back with a strike. And I think he'll hit a big cheer off Barry now if he hits a double on frame 8. And on lane 8. Come on, Barry. Hit. Ah, he's come up light again and another split. 2-8-10 split. 2-8-10 split. So a bit of a nightmare at the moment for Barry. I hope he don't miss out. Certainly not after 7 or 9 after your front 3. And he should have gone for pins then. In anger, he's missed all 3. So 114 in the 8th for Barry. And the most he can get is 174. He's going to need to bowl that. He needs 4 in a row, Barry. Sorry about that, Team Foley. It's not. It's all gone Pete Tong all of a sudden. So front 8 for Justin Cicluna. He's not having any problems. Yanis Tathatos looks like he's going to be safely in. 157 in the 7th with a spare working. Bijimanico going okay as well. She could well be safe. Looks like Moro, Justin, Yanis, Biji are all okay. They were in the top. They were in the top 8. Barry and Josephine are the players that could drop if they're not careful. Oh, and a bad shot from Barry, but he gets the strike out of it, and that's a very important shot. I hope he realises He needs to kind of hit a double here or a turkey, and he can still salvage it. I'd hate him to go out after 7 or 9 and have a disaster game. But he's been unlucky. His ball just not quite coming up. Looking good all the way down, then all of a sudden it's just backing off. So whether the oars carried down on that pair or what. Oh, and another bad shot, but gets the double. He's pretty angry at the moment, is Barry, as expected. So 2:15 for Fred Pod, 8:72. 9:44 for Maura Anastasi after the 194, so he's safely in. So Barry, come on, one more strike. 174 can still salvage it. 7 count. To be fair, he was complaining a little bit about neck injury before we started. He wasn't sure, but he started off well. So 158 for Barry Foley. Is it going to be enough? 867. We'll soon find out, folks. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Team Foley, but hopefully he's sneaking in. So front 10, and Justin comes up a little bit high, so we won't see a 300 this game, but keep watching this kid. The lad can bowl. 267 on the card. 287 if he knocks these 3 into the pit. And then we've just got Bijumanico to finish up, and we should have some scores for you. So if you bear with me a moment, I'll get the confirmation of who's made it through.